Good evening, gang. Welcome to the last night of March. It's Wednesday, the 31st of March, 2021. A very good evening to you. And welcome to our talk show this evening, coming to you live from Bracknell in Berkshire, where it's been warm today. No sunshine here. We didn't get the sun. It's been like overcast all day. Can't complain. It wasn't cold at all. I managed to do my litter picking in a t-shirt. And I found today, among other things, I wrote it down, I found a chrome car bumper in the forest. Okay, this is not near the road, right? Now, this is what I do not understand. How you can find certain objects in the middle of the forest, like Starbucks cups. I mean, the blooming thing would be cold by the time you get... I'm like, we'll walk 45 minutes into the forest and there's a Starbucks cup. And there's no way that could have been still hot when they drank it. And today, I found, the other day, it wasn't quite in the forest, but a sewing machine. I found a bike. Today, a chrome car bumper and a metal bucket, which I was unable to retrieve, unfortunately, because I already had a load of stuff in the bag. So what I've done is moved it onto the main path in the hope that if the rangers go... Well, I mean, the rangers do drive around there, but they don't always go along the paths you're going down. So I'm kind of hoping that they're going to find that tomorrow. If not, I might actually go over there tomorrow and get it. But I've got other stuff to do tomorrow. Very, very important thing to do tomorrow. Very, very important. After... I've said hello to some of you texting in. If you're new to the show or you're watching and you're in a chat box trying to send me a message, I don't go in any of the chat boxes or in the comment section, okay, of anything like that, my darlings. If you'd like to talk to me tonight, you want to send me a message, please either use the text number in the top left-hand corner of the screen there. It's just a normal text number, okay, it's not premium rate. 07451 287 337 is my text number, 07451 287 337, or you can send an email there. Email address just at the bottom of the screen there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. A few texts in already this evening. Hello to the delightful Mark Bowles. Good evening, Mark. Your picture will never leave my screen, my darling. I'm actually thinking of doing a test card and removing the girl with the clown and putting you on there instead. But I might need a bit more of a close-up of the face there rather than you looking all moody. Don't get me wrong, I do like the moody look there. But for a test card, perhaps a picture of your face nice and close up there, my darling, all right? Smiling. No, don't smile. No, that you know, look mean and nasty like you're about to do something terrible to me, dear. I mean, what? I don't know. Perish the thought. You know, I'm quivering here now, shaking in excitement. Oh, it's not Parkinson's. No, it's not, dear. Just quivering with excitement, that's all. Good evening to Mike in Brighton. Good evening, Chris. Been looking forward to your show all day. Oh, you must have a sad life. Looking forward to this? Are you for real? Really? Why would you look forward to this? It's crap. There's no one watching, dear. The ratings are falling through the floor. You know, we're practically in Australia now. There's so few people watching. Good evening to you, Mike. You had a nice time in Brighton. Did you go on the beach today? Did you have sun in Brighton? We had none here. My aunt had sun, Auntie Brenda. She had some sun. She's in Hertfordshire. What's that say there? She's in Hertfordshire. In a place called Tring. She said she had the sunshine today. Nothing here, just overcast the whole day. Not like overcast as in, oh, it's going to rain any minute now. You know, just cloud cover so the sun couldn't come through. Very disappointing, really. Good evening to the lovely Steve Murray. Good evening, Steve, who has received his prize through the post, his T-shirt he won. Has that only just arrived? Hang on a minute, that was last week, wasn't it? Don't tell me that's only just arrived. Blimey. That's a long time to come, isn't it? Hello, Steve. Hello to John Paris. Good evening, John Paris. He's found his phone. Sherry. John's got his phone. Quickly, darling. Take that phone off him, dear. It's a real problem. He's just starts sending random messages. Take the phone off him, dear. Yeah, isn't it time you should be put to bed by your carer? 6 minutes past 8. God's sake, man. Or are you in bed now and watching me on a small device under the covers in secret so that the nurses can't see you? Is that right, John? Hello, John. Good evening to Fran Green. Good evening, Jason Hughes. Amelia Phillips there. Diane Jebb. Evening, Diane. Hello, Gary Ross. Hello, young man. Thank you very much, Gary. Evening to Andy. Andy, a new show for you on Netflix is called The Irregulars, about a bunch of teenagers who get to work for Sherlock Holmes. I watched the first episode. It's really good. Someone else has recommended that. Someone else recommended that this week. I can't remember who it was now. But yes, I've seen that. I think I've added that to my programs or whatever it's called, like that, something about that. You know, okay? So thank you very much. Good evening to Mandy Davenport. Evening, Mandy. Michael Lawrence says, did you see on the news about people leaving letter? What letter? About? What letter did they leave? A letter to who, darling? Someone's leaving letters. Letters about nasty people. I don't know anything about letters about nasty people, my darling. There's Sherry. Good evening, Sherry. And your billions of viewers. So thankful you're there to entertain us all. Happy Easter in advance. Thank you, Sherry. Happy Easter to you, darling. Happy Easter to you. And Vera Taylor. Hello, Vera. It was her who mentioned the Irregulars. I knew there was someone else. I remember now. Thank you, Vera. Thank you, Vera. George Bond is there. Good evening, George. Rachel. Good evening, Rachel. She received her playing cards today, which she won at the bingo on Sunday night. Good, Rachel. Don't open them, dear. They'll be worth an absolute fortune soon when I become an international star on all channels except the BBC, darling. Because I think I say I'm a bit too outspoken for them now. You've got to be bland and boring to be on the BBC. Just turn on the breakfast show in the morning. I mean, it's supposed to wake you up. And oh, God, here they come again, dear. Oh, no. Here he is. Here he is, another one. Another one raising money for charity. What is it this time? Save the trees. What is it this time? Oh, Christ, it's so boring in the mornings, dear. God's sake. And who's this here? That's strange. That's a different number. Is that you, Michael, texting on two numbers, darling? Have you got two mobile numbers, Michael? I think that's you. What's all that? Is that supposed to confuse me? Michael, I've got another text here. Looks like it's from you, but it's a different number. Have you run out of credit, love? Oh, go and put another fiver on the other one, dear. You're confusing me now. And Mike says there's no sun in Brighton yet, but there wasn't a cloud in the... No sun today, but yesterday there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Oh, so it must have been down in the south then, yeah. Awaits Chris's outburst of the Carpenters. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation. Now, there's a lesson if you ever need to know. Always eat a Mars bar. Remember Karen Carpenter, my love, all right? And good evening to Maureen as well. Good evening, Maureen. I think that must be Michael there. He says, oh, I see, litter. Okay, litter. So we did you see on the news about people leaving their litter all over the place? Horrendous. And it just seems to be getting worse and worse. I know I keep going on about this whole litter thing. It's a real bugbear of mine now. A real bugbearer. There are around here now a lot. It's got a lot clean around here. Is it because people aren't dropping it? I doubt that very much. There's a lot of people who volunteer now around here. And I often, when you're out doing a bit of a litter pick, you bump into someone else who's doing it. Hey, it happened today, actually. Over in the forest, I was coming around and then I picked up... it looked like... It was something quite thin, but metal. If it was thicker, you would have thought it would have been a car radiator. But it was like that, and it was heavy. But I knew there was a bin if I went back to the main road, where there's usually a kebab van. So, of course, you know the sort of litter you get around there, don't you? Those damn Why do they still use those polystyrene boxes to give out burgers? I mean, McDonald's have got it sorted. You go to McDonald's now, right? You get your little bag, you open it, everything's in a bit of cardboard. Everything is recyclable. Everything. It's amazing. They've really got that, haven't they? Sorted. McDonald's. I mean, 100 marks of them. I don't go to McDonald's all the time. Maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks, something like that, you know. Which is a lot more than I used to. I don't know why I've got into that habit, but I seem to have... If I go to Lidl, I tend to go home via McDonald's now for some reason. But it's all cardboard. But these kebab stops, they're still giving out that. I wish they'd just ban it. Okay, so around in that part of the forest, you sort of go into the forest, you can have a big walk around. But if you come back to the road, just sort of, it's difficult to explain without showing you a picture. I haven't got any pictures of it. You kind of come around this big hill and then go back right. And there is a place where a kebab van stops at night time, right? And you can park a few little, it's not a car park, but it's like a, it's like there's a roundabout there. There's a roundabout, right? So main road, main road, main road. But this bit here, it's like there should be a road there, but there isn't. And it kind of, you can turn left into this little sort of almost like, a bit like a lay-by, but it's on the roundabout. It's odd. And you get cans and those damn polystyrene things, which stay there forever. So annoying. Anyway, so I've picked up this metal thing, whatever it is, and put it in my bag. I thought, that's heavy. I'll drop it off somewhere out. I'll go a different way and walk down to the bin. I can drop it off there and then go back into the forest and carry on with my work. And I came down there and I came across two ladies who were at this like gate thing, and they were going around picking up all sorts of stuff. I think they ended up with about five bin liners. So these would be the bin liners that you put, you know, the great big metal bins that you get outside some people's houses. That's the size of the bin liners. Huge. Huge. 5 of those they had, full of stuff. It's untrue, isn't it? You find nappies as well. Dirty people. Dirty people. And I went out there, had a little bit of a chat with them. And funnily enough, she said, "You got enough bags?" I said, "I could do with another bag, then I can dump this one in there." Because there was a bin there. So I like to try and unload somewhere. Then I can carry on doing my work. Otherwise, I have to go back home and then that's the end of it. So I was lucky enough to unload it into that bin there. And they gave me another bag. But here's some of the stuff I found the other day. Look at this. Look at this. That's the sewing machine I found the other day. Dirty, filthy bastards. Dirty, filthy pigs. That's just on, that's about 45 minutes, an hour's work. And that is near a preschool. That's really near a preschool. And in one of those bags, the one with a bike frame on it. Now you can look at that bike frame. That's not recent. That has been there for years. And I know it's been there for years because a part of that is gone rusty. That's my litter picker there in the middle, which I just put there for photographic evidence. And the sewing machine. Look at all those cans. That was all in bushes. It's disgusting. Dirty, filthy bastards. And you know what? Sometimes you put something like that on Facebook. Look what I've found today. Dirty, filthy pigs or whatever I put there. And then some people, these bloody liberals. Oh, you shouldn't be so quick to judge. You don't know their circumstances. What circumstances can you possibly have to dump crap all over the place? Dirty people. Dirty people. And Michael's mentioning there the rubbish that we saw on the television this morning, which I think, now where was it? I wrote it down. Sheffield. There was a particular park in Sheffield. And all these people went there yesterday. My God, the mess. Just who do you think is picking this stuff up? Why do you think it's acceptable? How did we get to the stage? And I know I've got on and on about this for weeks now. How the hell did we get to the stage where people think it's acceptable to have a meal or a drink and then just throw the stuff on the floor? I'd like to get all these people together and put them on an island. Don't worry, not the Isle of Wight for our Isle of Wight friends. Put them on an island, right? Send loads of food and all that, all free of charge, and let them just drown in their own crap. And I was just talking to my Auntie Brenda about it, as she brought up the same news story that was on the news earlier. She said, "Did you see all that?" I said, I just don't get it. How has it happened? How? Because it wasn't like that when I was a kid. You get a slap round the face from your mother if you did so much as drop a small little sweet wrapper like that you've got out of some boiled sweets or something like that. I don't understand it. And the problem is, it's not just one or two people. There's hundreds of them doing it. And it's getting worse and worse. And silly old fools like me and all the old dears and we tend to be older people. We go around and pick it all up again and put it in the bins, only to have it reappear a week later. There's a park near here, South Hill Park. There was a team of volunteers went over there. People like myself. I prefer to work on my own. That's just how I am, you know. But it's a good way of meeting people, I suppose, going on these litter-picking group things. And a team of them, there must have been 10 of them, went round this park, which is it's not a massive park. It's not like Hyde Park or anything like that. It's just a park where people go and play football and there's a pond round there with swans and ducks. It's very pretty. And a whole team went round there one afternoon and cleared it under the bushes, in the bushes, because all this stuff, it blows underneath, you see. In the bushes and places like that, and they cleared it. A week later, there was loads of stuff back again. It's a bit... Is it soul-destroying to see it back again? It's disappointing, but you kind of know it's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you keep cleaning it up, whether people eventually think to themselves, oh, do you know what? It's quite clean here. I won't drop anything. Does that actually work or not? I don't know. I don't know if it does or not. But thank you, Michael, for mentioning that. The news stories were pictures from a park in Sheffield, but it's not the only place. I saw a place even in London. Why should it be any different in a city? You know, Westminster Council. They're always going around having to collect litter. Why have they even got to do that? Why is it being dropped in the first place? I don't know what the answer is to this. You know, you can teach the children in schools, but, you know, this would take a while to come through now. If you start teaching the primary school children now, it'll be 15 years before they're of an age when they're adults to tell their children not to do it, because the mums and dads now, a lot of them are just not doing it. They're the ones leaving the damn litter. Cans and, oh, Christ. It's awful. It's awful. And when you live in a nice place like this, this is not posh round here. Is it ex-council house I'm in? But the forest, but it's beautiful, the trees and all that. Trashed by scum. And if you're one of those people that think it's quite acceptable to chuck a can out of the car window or a whole McDonald's thing, then you really are a big W. You are. You are. And you are scum. And if you don't like it, turn this off. Turn this off if you don't like being called that, because that's what you are if you're dropping the blooming rubbish all over the place. It really boils my blood. Can you tell? Good evening to Gavin Bass. Let's read some more of your text messages. Mike in Brighton says that's weird, the same number. Not you, Mike. No, Michael Lawrence I was talking to. Michael Lawrence. I think he's got 2 text numbers there for the show today. Hello to... Oh. What's going on here? Brendan from Norfolk. Hang on a minute. So, oh, this is confusing now. Where's Michael Lawrence gone? Michael Lawrence put Evening Chris on the news. People want to park and leave a lot of rubbish, like can and beer bottles. Okay. And then Brendan from Norfolk, says it was litter, not letter. But your message says... Did you see people leaving letter about nasty... Oh, you've really confused me. Brendan from Norfolk and Michael Lawrence, are you the same person? All right, to prove that I know who you are, tell me what I usually do in Central Station, Michael Lawrence. What do I usually do in Central... Then I'll know who's who here. This is very confusing. Very confusing. Tell me, the real Michael Lawrence will be the only one that knows this. Back of Central Station, okay, on the left. What do I usually do there? The back of Central Station, not downstairs, the back of Central Station, toilets on the right, on the left. What happens there, Michael? Do let me know. George Bond is happy about Jimmy and his girlfriend having a baby. Yes, we all are, really. They even dump... You should see what they dump on the floor in Sainsbury's. What actually in the shop, aren't they? Just filthy scum, all of them. Fran says they are closing 2 parks in Nottingham because of the litter. They've actually got to close the parks because they can't deal with the amount of litter. Shocking. Shocking. Okay, karaoke. Still Brendan from Norfolk. Chris, have sung for you many times. Jackie can. Okay, Brendan. Right, Michael Lawrence. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. Good evening to Jeff Burley. Good evening, Jeff. Hope you're well. Won't be long before you can go wombling along the river with them. Yeah, so I continue litter picking when I'm at the caravan. But here's the thing. My nephew Gary tells me that it looks like someone's doing it because there's not much there. So that's brilliant news. You know, I'm not disappointed that someone's picking up litter instead of me. That's great news because there's less to do then. Many hands make light work, as they say, don't they? Many hands make light work. Mike in Brighton says, you'll have to call me Mike the Great to avoid any further confusion. Why, what's great about you, my love? Do let us know. Talking to the tellies, actually, talking to the telly and the news on the telly, I saw on the BBC, they advertise their own, they didn't do adverts, but they advertise their own stuff, don't they? The most dreadful advert earlier for Radio 2. It was awful. Awful. I've never seen so many fake smiles in all my life. Has anyone seen it? They got this advert for Radio 2 and they got various little like families and the members of the presentation team on Radio 2, and they're all standing up like in a line, these presenters in various different clothes, one of which is denim jackets. And I've never seen so many fake smiles in all my life. You can always tell when someone's fake smiling. You can. I'm sorry, I can anyway. And who's there? Dermot O'Dreary. He was there as well. Now, I quite like Dermot, but he didn't mean that smiley, but it was like this. Anyone seen that advert for Radio 2? And it says, just like one of the family. Awful. Who makes this stuff? Is the BBC being run by millennial kids or something like that now who haven't got a clue what to do? Oh, it's awful. Anyway, they're trying to do that there. Why have I got that? Oh, that's the other thing, of course. Talking to Auntie Brenda on there. Quite apart from litter, other things that people do wrong as well in their lives. You know. Now, if I was to do something wrong, certainly even now or as a child, and I'm sure we all do, we try and hide it, don't we? I don't really want people to know that we've done something wrong. This lot now, and I don't just mean children. I do not just mean children, okay? There are parents and adults doing this as well. They do wrong stuff, but they don't bother to hide it, going back to the litter, right? Going back to the litter, the people in the parks and the beaches. Wouldn't you at least try and hide it under a bush? But they don't. I'm not saying that's right, because it's not. It makes it even more difficult to pick up. They literally leave it, get up and walk off. They don't even try and hide it. I've been in, a couple of years ago, I was in a little supermarket type petrol station. You know where they've got like a mini mart attached to it? I think they're called mini marts, aren't they? Within a petrol station. It was in Barnes, actually. The Esso, I think it was the Esso in Barnes. And I was in there. I'm just going around to get a few bits. It was late at night, like 2 a.m. I used to go in there and get a sandwich and a bag of crisps on the way home. And in there, I'm just going along this aisle. And then there was a kid in there with a hoodie, right, who picked up a sweet in front of me, put it in his back pocket and walked out. No attempt to hide the sin, the wrongdoing whatsoever. They don't even try to hide it anymore. They just do what they want to do. I do wonder sometimes, are the security cameras, is it worth having those? You see burglars and places like people like that, they just break in and not bothered about the camera. They just carry on. They don't even try to hide their sin. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Jeff says we didn't go to the park yesterday. A good job you didn't. You would have had a lot of rubbish to pick up by the sounds of things. You know. Anyway, one of those things. Yes, if you're watching the show for the first time, evening to you. You can send us a text message or a email. I don't go into any of the chat boxes at all, my darling. So use the email there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or send us a text 07451 287 337, where have a little phone line open as well later on. First of all, gang, how about this? Have you any idea what's in those trainers? Reminds me of Ross Patzelt's radio show, really does. What's in the bag? If you've ever heard Ross Patzelt, very good friend of mine. He did 3 hours last night, 9 till 12. Reach on air. He does Tuesday nights, 9 till 11 usually. Okay. Anyway, these are Nike trainers. These are Nike trainers, and there's a story in the Daily Star. Nike is suing a group of artists for selling its modified trainers as Satan shoes. Satan shoes. Now, so what's in those trainers? Ready? Real human blood. Real human blood in those trainers. What a weird thing to want to have. Isn't it? It's the sort of thing you read about in a novel, isn't it? You know, I don't know, where devil worshippers make a sacrifice and put drops of human blood in their own trainers. Well, that's what, I don't think anyone's been sacrificed, thank God for that. Not even a goat. All the eyes on goats, they're scary, aren't they? Goat eyes. I don't like them. They stare at you too much. Anyway, yes, there's real human blood in those trainers. How weird is that? These trainers are £740. People are off their heads what they spend on trainers. You know, if they are trainers, they won't last a year. If you wore them every day, they were not like shoes. They won't last a year. £740 on those trainers. These £740 black and red Air Max 97s, which also feature a pentagram. That's that star thing, isn't it? Let's have another look at that. There it is. Pentagram. Inverted cross and the words Luke 10:18 were made by New York art collective MSCHF in collaboration with rapper Lil Nas X. Who's he then? Never heard of him, dear. Probably it'd be some young lad trying to get attention, you see. And, you know, to be fair to them, they want to make music. These people, they want to be artists. It's very, very difficult to get attention. You've got to get attention somehow to get somewhere. Yeah, and even then it's not guaranteed. I got attention on this show a year ago, didn't I? On the BBC and everything. Didn't do anything for me. Anyway, each shoe features a signature Nike Air Bubble cushioning sole containing red ink and a single drop of human blood donated by members of the collective. What's his name? Rapper Lil Nas. I mean, I'm sorry, mate, you're not the Queen, are you? You're not the Queen. If it was a piece of the Queen's blood, I might be interested. Not that I'd want anything nasty to happen to her, but if she donated me a drop of her blood for me to put in my slippers that Denise bought me, which I have on at the moment, my slippers, I could put them in my slippers, couldn't I, in a little thing there? Huh? I might be in, but you're just a rapper. You're just a boy. I'm not interested. In the complaint, Nike said MSCHF and its unauthorised Satan shoes are likely to cause confusion and dilution and create an erroneous association between MSCHF's products and Nike. They're not happy. In the short time since the announcement of the Satan shoes, Nike has suffered significant harm to its goodwill, including among consumers who believe that Nike is endorsing Satanism. Now, there's a picture of this bloke. I can't get the whole picture in somehow. I can't do it, but he's dyed his hair red, and he's got like those things that they put in their eyes to make them look like cat's eyes. It's weird, isn't it, eh? Why you would want something like that. I do seem to remember seeing another story a week or so ago about how Nike was endorsing the occult and something like that. And this is the reason why. They're not. They're not. It's someone else. Nike has issued statement to multiple outlets, including CNN. This is CNN World News. I could do that. I could do those voiceovers, you know. I tell you who doesn't need a new voiceover. Good Morning Britain. Dreadful. Who mixed that? The music is so loud. All you hear, you're watching Good Morning Britain. And you can't hear the voice properly because the music's so loud. Who mixed that? Dreadful. Bloody amateurs running this world now. Amateurs, dear, amateurs. Look at the quality of all this going on around you today, darling. Like, you know, the sound. Hello, testing, 1, 2. The clothes, the backdrop, how professional. Not like Good Morning Britain. It's like da-da-da, it can't even, it's like mumbling. Can't even talk proper. Anyway, Nike has issued statements to multiple media outlets, including CNN, clarifying it does not have a relationship with Lil Nas, or MSCHF. Actually, if I swap that over to there, I might be able to get the whole picture of him in for you. Let's see. No, I still can't do it. I'll take a picture of his face for you, and you'll see one of the trainers around him. But he just wants to, it doesn't actually look odd. I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get attention to his work. There you go. That's him. Look, see what he's done to his eyes. You can't quite see the red hair there. Can I move that down? No, I can't. Can't quite see the red hair there. But that's Lil Nas. Is it Lil Nas? What sort of name is that? Lil Nas. Is it? Lil Nas, which means little Nas, I suppose. Is there a big Nas? Is it just little Nas, or is there a big Nas as well? They want to say that Nike did not design or release these shoes, and we do not endorse them. They made 666 pairs. Isn't that the devil's number or something? 666. I don't know. What do they do, dear? Running around, praying around pentagons, dear. Sacrificing rabbits and goats. What's all that about? Do they eat them afterwards? Not my cup of tea, my love. They don't even do hymns, do they? How can you compare that to a church devil worshipping? No hymns. I don't think I'd like to go to school anymore, because a lot of schools don't do hymns either now, do they? Oh, it might be offensive to other religions. Hello? You're in the United Kingdom? Anyway, it shows that all 666 pairs sold out in a minute. People are desperate for them. Devil worshippers. They're everywhere. Dropping litter, probably. After featuring in the star's latest musical video, Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Oh, I'll have to have a listen to that later. Just a moment. Was it? Monterio. Call Me By Your Name. And who's it? Lil Nash. Was it Lil Nas? Lil Nas. Okay. I might play that tomorrow morning on the radio show. 2 hours again tomorrow, and then we're back to an hour. Okay, my loves? It says, in it, a woman is seen... Oh, in his video, a woman is seen sliding down a stripper pole from heaven to hell wearing a pelvis. Bible verse Luke 10:18 reads, so he told them, I saw Satan fall like a lightning from heaven. Fall like lightning from heaven. I'm sorry. When I read some, I just laugh at some of this stuff. I find it amusing. Is that wrong to find something like that amusing? Sports equipment giant Nike claims trademark infringement, of course, and says it's filing with US District Court in New York. It doesn't approve or authorise the customised trainers. I mean, why, oh why would anyone want something like that? I do not know. But people do. All sold, 666 pairs sold out in a minute, eh? Blimey, I can't even get 666 people to watch this programme. Some of your messages are coming through. Good evening to Mick Davenport. Evening, Mitt. Who's pleased to say, because he had a bit of trouble, he's been to the hospital. He had them looked at, you know, those two spherical things hanging between men's legs. Well, the smell seems to get bad there sometimes, doesn't it, if you don't have a shower for a while. Anyone noticed that? I mean, I haven't had one for a week. I thought someone had died in the bed when I pulled back the covers earlier. No, it was me. They were cysts. Good. Did you have to put it on a cold piece of metal? Did you? Or was it like the gel thing, with the what's it called? Ultrasound, where they put the KY jelly on there and start rubbing it around. They pick up that machine and he got this thing of KY. I said, "Oh, do you want to borrow mine?" Thank you, Mick. Good evening to Ollie K. Good evening to you, Ollie. Don't be buying any of those trainers, Ollie. How much would you spend on a pair of trainers, Ollie? Tell me. Do you have any of those posh trainers? I haven't got any. I used to. No, I didn't. That's a lie. No, I've never spent a lot of money on trainers. My nephew has. The younger one. Not anymore, he won't. Not with the baby coming along, mate. The days of £150 trainers are gone, Jimmy. That won't be happening anymore, sunshine. Yeah, well, you wait till you see how much money you've got to pay out. Mike in Brighton, speaking of fake smiles, there's an advert on TV where a plumber or a handyman fixes a couple's broken something. What are they fixing? The advert ends with them stood on the doorstep, waving and smiling at the van as it drives away. Don't that happen for you then? Doesn't that happen for you? Evening to Tony King, who says, "Good evening, Ricky boy." Evening, Tony. Let's have a look. Steve Murray, he had a number one with Old Town Road. Did he? I don't know that one, Old Town Road. What's Old Town Road? Oh, Clarissa. It's her son's birthday today. 8 years old today. Right, hang on. Let's get some music, darling. I should put the birthday music on here permanently, really, shouldn't I? Here it is. All right, where's Elliot? You'll probably play this back to him a bit later, so here it comes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elliot. Happy birthday to you. 8 years old today. Elliot, happy birthday to you, young man. Okay? Elliot, of course, whenever I hear the name Elliot, I immediately think of E.T., because his name was Elliot, the boy on the bike, wasn't it? E.T., phone home, hurt. Well, it would do if you shut it in a door, wouldn't it? God's sake, stop putting your fingers indoors, Elliot. Happy birthday to you, Elliot. Did you have a cake? Did you get birthday cake? Can I have a piece? Could you get... I'm not quite sure where your birthday is. Is it at one of your... Oh, yes, I know where it is. Could you get the people that look after you to send me a piece of birthday cake, please? Please. Can you sort that out, Clarissa? Can you have a word? Could I be sent a piece of... Don't worry if it goes stale. And it will arrive just after Easter, I think. Which is perfect, because I can eat cake after that. Christ. I've ordered myself a birthday cake just to sit here and eat it. Yes. Talking of buying things, tomorrow is a very important day, boys and girls. Very important day. On the advice of Fran Green, I watched a programme today. And on Thursday, the day before Good Friday, I will go and get hot cross buns. Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Okay? And I had intended tomorrow, as my exercise, to walk into town and back, which is about an hour and a half walk. That's about 11,000 steps altogether, about 4 miles. So that would have done my exercise nicely. I was going to go to Marks and Spencer's and get the posh ones. But on the advice of the delightful Fran Green, she said, watch an Audi programme on Channel 5 that was on, I think, last night or the night before, one of the two. And it says something like Secrets of Easter at Audi on Channel 5. It's just a one-off documentary. And it's very interesting to see what they get up to entice you to spend more. Nothing dodgy. Nothing that would annoy you, But the way the shop is all laid out, and as you go in, you're forced to immediately turn a sharp left or go straight forward. And all the Audis are the same. You go in, the first thing you come to, fresh fruit and veg. And at the end of the aisle are the cheap fruit and vegetable items. They always have a really good deal on there. And then on the right-hand side, I can't remember now. And then close to there is the flowers and things like that. Anyway, it was a great, really interesting programme. One of the things they did was got some Aldi stuff and compared it against other stuff, other shop stuff. Here it comes. The most important thing in the whole programme. They tested hot cross buns. And all these people are sitting there trying these hot cross buns. And they had Marks and Spencer's hot cross buns, which is where I was going to tomorrow. Okay. And they had Aldi hot cross buns and some others. And it was like a blind tasting thing. And guess who came out top for the hot cross buns? Aldi. They said, oh, these ones taste... They had the Marks and Spencer's one. They didn't like them. Not as much as the Aldi ones anyway. Funny, innit? And it showed you how they make the hot cross buns, and they put all this fruit in a machine, and the machine has to be very careful because they don't want to break the fruit. It's really good. So have a watch of that, Aldi. So tomorrow, instead of going all the way down to Marks and Spencer's, I'll go into Aldi tomorrow night and get some in there. It's pushing. I'm a bit worried because that's pushing it a bit, isn't it? Leaving it till Thursday night for the hot cross buns. But I'm just wondering if I should go down to Marks and Spencer's anyway tomorrow and get them. Because I don't want to go into Aldi during the daytime. It's too busy. We've got a phone call even before the lines are open. It's Ray, who works in Morrison's. Good evening, Ray.
Have you tried our hot cross buns?
I haven't tried your hot cross buns. Are they nice?
I really not. I don't eat them because they're too fat then.
Yeah.
Because since we last spoke, I don't buy any cakes now.
You don't buy cakes? Well, good. How's the weight thing going?
I feel slimmer because my trousers are looser.
Yeah.
But my shirts are still tight because they're old ones.
Yeah, yeah.
But some of my old T-shirts,
yes,
I can actually fit into. I tried some old ones on today and clearing out the cupboard. I actually got into them, but 2 months ago I couldn't.
Good. It's a shame, really, because you've got quite a lot to lose there. So I wouldn't have a break at Easter. Just keep going, my friend. You know you've got to. The hospital's told you. Huh?
Because today I've been at, I don't know if you saw my post, I've been at the hospital the last 2 days.
Right. Oh, have you? Well, you've been in hospital, have you?
Not just treatment, my leg got really bad again.
Okay, yeah.
So I've been treated like IV treatment.
Right.
So when I went to hospital today, I had a salad with me, so I sat in the garden, plenty of water, no fizzy drinks. I walked around the gardens.
Do you usually drink a lot of fizzy drinks then? Or did you?
I cut down. I was drinking a lot, but I only have one a day now.
One a day? Can you not knock that one on the head as well?
I'm trying to, because... But you know, sometimes I have one little treat a day now. That's one fizzy drink.
Okay. My niece says that you should have one day where you have a treat. Not a treat a day, once a week a treat.
What?
So once a week, it's like me. Once a week, I will have a McDonald's or fish, or halloumi burger and chips from the shop or something. But only once a week now. Once a week. The mistake I buy, and even so, I could have like a large bag of honey roast crisps, but once a week, not every other day. Not a bar of chocolate every couple of days. Just one thing a week. That's what my niece reckons.
So what I've been doing at work, I'll get there a bit early. So I start at 2. I'll get there a bit early, have what for lunch. If somebody makes a lasagna, I will have cheese with it. I have plenty of veg instead.
Good. That's very good. What hours do you work then? Do you do 2? Are you the same hours all the time?
Yeah, normally 2:11 or 10, 2 to 10, something like that. But I go on my day off. Last Friday, I went in shopping. I went into my big shop. I saw they were struggling, so they said to me, "Would you mind coming back to help us?" So I went home, change. I went back to help out for a couple of hours.
Right. Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Do you prefer... Why do you always start at 2 in the afternoon? Why don't you do any mornings? Is there a reason for that?
That's what they put me on for. When I worked at the bakery, I used to do early.
Right.
But when I transferred to checkouts, they put me on late.
Yes.
I don't mind, but now stuff's opening up again. I said to them, is it possible to have a couple of middles? or not early, but when like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock starts,
Right.
when I start going out to see all my friends again,
Yeah. And what did I say?
we're looking to see what we can do.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It does seem, to do that hours all the day. You don't get a chance to go out. Not that we can go out at the moment, but, we might be able to get the cat. They are considering now. They've put a possible date in for the karaoke at Central Station.
Will you be doing it?
Maybe, not quite sure yet. 20. I think it's what was it? Either the 21st or the 28th of May. I think it's the 21st. It will be downstairs. There will be a little door charge though, £2, £2 or £3. But that's okay, isn't it? It's not even a
You
drink.
got to pay for the screens and extra cleaning.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. That's why. Because and you can't have so many people down there, so they've got to find it somehow. It always amazes me. People think they can walk into a pub and everything's free. Where do they think all the staff are paid and electric? You wouldn't believe it. The amount of people that go to karaoke nights and buy half a blooming Coke, half a glass of Coke, and sit there with it for 5 hours. It's disgusting. How dare you?
I'm not mentioning the name.
Huh?
Because in case I know someone, we both know, who goes to Central Station. He wasn't able to buy him drinks. He never buys around back. I'm not mentioning the name.
Oh, you can point him out next time, my darling, when I see you.
Yeah, I'll inbox you with his name. It's easier. Because, but
Nice.
what I'm saying,
Huh?
he's got tattoos. That's what I'm saying.
Tattoos. I don't know who that would be. Don't
Because-
tell me. Don't
that's
tell
what
me,
I'm
dear.
saying.
Don't tell me. I'm interested now. The fact that you said the word tattoos, though, is he quite nice?
Not really.
Oh no. Well, I'm not interested then.
I like that picture of you, like, was it about 5 years ago? Was you aboard, you're sunbathing or swimming?
I was what?
You had no top on.
Oh, I used to have my top off all the time. Not anymore, my love. My tits are hanging down on the floor. I need a
what else
sports
do I
bra,
do?
dear. That's because there's no
Like today.
swimming. There's nothing exercising. It's all very well walking around, but there's nothing exercising a bit at the top at the moment, dear. Not unless I go downstairs and start lifting bags of sugar and stuff like that.
What about when you're in your caravan? Don't you walk around the fields or the caravan site?
Yes, I walk all the time. But it's not exercising my tits, is it?
So you work out. Man, Bubba, you're so beautiful. You don't need to work
Oh,
out.
please, I'm not, dear. I'm really not. Anyway, I'm going. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Nice to talk to you. Bye-bye, Ray. Ray works in He's a lovely chap, he is, Ray in Morrison's. He's such a nice person. I met him years ago when he came in a black cat. Hello to Ray Reynolds. Good evening, Ray. Hello, Ray. Pop pickers, Ray Reynolds is there. Andy, on the subject of dirty people, I was in my local corner shop a few weeks ago. This young lady, about 17, she was sucking on sweets and then saying to her mate, "Oh no, I don't like that," and put it back in the box. Oh, for God's sake, what is it with people? I quickly told the shopkeeper and he said, "Oh, don't worry, it's only my cousin." I thought, cousin or not, you just can't do that no matter who it is. I reported him to Trade-In Standards. Scene today is closed and selling up. Sorry, I forgot. That's what you've got to do. Report these shops. There was a story a while ago, I seem to remember. Wasn't when coronavirus first was discovered. There was someone, might have been Australia, they got him on the camera. He was going around making videos of himself, pulling the lids off ice cream tubs, licking it, putting it back and putting it back in the bloody freezer. Dirty, disgusting tramps, aren't they? Awful people. Good evening to Paul in Cornwall. Good evening to you. He's got his 6 foot by 5 foot desk today. Lovely. Oh, that's all. Oh, it's not a flat pack, is it? Oh, Christ, rather you than me. I can't bear it. Can't bear it. Why have we got to put all our own furniture together now? It should just come, fixed, put it in place, done. No, I've got to get a screwdriver out, look at the damn instructions, usually written in Chinese. Those little shapes and pictures of things, aren't they? Hello to Adrian Richardson. Good evening, Adrian. I hope your mum's all right. I bought a pair of trainers and a sow, reduced to 600, from 600 to £250. Really comfortable, nice, still looking good. There are some Selfridges. They were D&G, Dolland and Dolland, is it just D&G? Does that stand for something, D&G? £250 on a pair of trainers. And that's what people do, you see. Like Adrian's done it here. They never tell you. They think they've done themselves a favour. Usually 600. I got them for 250. My mate does that. How much do you pay for that? Well, usually it's £500, but I got it for 450. They think they've done that makes it all right. No, it doesn't. You didn't need £250 trainers, did you? I want some Lidl trainers. They're very popular in Sweden. Lidl, I kid you not. Blue and yellow, Lidl, you can't get them here yet. Get them on eBay. They're really expensive for some reason on eBay. Hang on a minute. eBay. One moment, please. Lidl trainers. Lidl. Lidl. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Lidl trainers. Oh, hang on. Size 4. Here we go. Lidl sneakers and socks. £52. I'm not being funny. If you're going to buy little ones, you're not expecting to spend 52 quid, are you? Little trainers, hang on. Little trainers. Brand new ones here, £39, £40. But they're crap sizes. Oh, we are. Size 8, 30 quid. Well, 40 quid. Limited little trainers. 40 quid. 190. See, why would you wouldn't expect to pay that I wouldn't pay that for little trainers, would you? You usually go in Sports Direct, and get Nike ones or what's the Adidas ones in there, can't you? There's always a pair that are like on special. I mean, there might be black or a colour that you don't want. Brown, probably, and they're like 25 quid. That's where I come along, my loves, when they get like that. Mick says it was the gel thing on his he had his examination, so he had the ultra scan thing with the gel on the side there. Yeah. Amelia says, are we doing the weight thing today? Yes, we are, Amelia. Let's do the weigh in. Who wants to send their weight in today, my darlings? Get it in now. Let's see the weights. I've weighed myself today. I was hoping to get down to below 13 stone, because I weighed myself at the weekend. It had gone below 13 today. 13.0.6. So I'm back to where I was 2 weeks ago. Last week I put on a pound. I'm having a real trouble getting below that 13. And I'm being fairly good. Not perfectly good, admittedly, but I'm being fairly good. Perhaps that's my correct weight, 13 stone. I don't know. I just don't know. Sometimes you do seem to be able to lose inches rather than weight. Have anyone noticed that? Inches rather than weight there. Amelia Phillips today is 16 stone 3 pounds. Last week she was 16 stone 5 pounds. Well done, Amelia. 16.3 for Amelia. Rachel is the same as last week. So Rachel is holding at 11 stone 4. Well done, Rachel. Mike in Brighton says, I have a treat once a week that keeps me nice and trim. His name is Alfie. Aren't you awful, Mike? I'm sure there's a message here somewhere that I've missed. And I can't find it now. Did I read Brendan's message? Brendan, who does karaoke in Norfolk. He sung for me many times. Is that with Jackie Can? Karaoke, but still Brendan from Norfolk, Chris, had sung for you many times, Jackie Can. So it's Brendan from Norfolk. I think I've read that. No, I've read it now. There we are. I think I've read. If I've missed a message out, please send it again, okay? And I'll redo it. Sorry, I got a little bit confused with the messages there. All right. No one uses the email, really, do you? You don't need to use the email anyway. Text is perfectly good, isn't it? Anyone else want to send their weight in? Where's Adam the plumber today? How is he doing? He was doing pat testing today, electrical pat testing and all that business he was doing today. Clarissa is still 7.5 stone. It never changes with Clarissa, does it, my love? She bought me 2 jackets. They should be here tomorrow, hopefully. Right, let's do another story then. What else have we got here today? Here's why he's not dead. Now, this is scary. And it's always worried me a little bit, really, going in a coffin and you're not dead. Is that possible? Well, it used to happen because they've dug up coffins before and found scratch marks on the inside of the lid. I mean, there's a good argument here to go in a furnace. At least you know it's done. Do they have little buttons in the furnace just in case it gets too hot and you wake up? That'd be even worse, wouldn't it? Or would it? What would be worse? Waking up in a furnace and it's just started blasting you, or waking up in a coffin. I don't know what's worse, really. But the Sun is reporting a teenage boy who was declared dead after being hit by a van started breathing just hours before his organs were going to be donated. They were ready to cut those bits and pieces out and give them to someone else. Lewis Roberts, only 18 years old, started to wake up and blink before his grieving relatives were told he was brain dead 4 days following the tragic crash in, is this America? Australia? No, Leek, Staffordshire. They told him he was brain dead, but he woke up. Now, this is the sort of thing that stops people filling in the organ donation things. When they say you're brain dead and all these machines, and yet someone has woken up. As before he was set to undergo an operation to donate his organs, the teen began breathing on his own despite there being a 0 chance he would pull through. They told him he had a 0 chance. 2 weeks ago, the former Leek High School pupil, Staffordshire, appeared to have lost his fight for life at the Royal Stoke University Hospital. Well, write that one down. You don't want to go there then. Royal Stoke, don't go there. Better to do a detour of 100 miles to somewhere else. Lewis was knocked over on the afternoon of Saturday, March the 13th, just a couple of weeks ago, flown to hospital by air ambulance. His sister posted a video with her brother from his hospital bedside where the teens began breathing on his own. Recording the machine monitoring his breathing, she said, "Are you ready, Lou? 1, 2, 3, breathe." The device then showed a brown line as she cried out, "Have a break, clever boy." Another person off camera then added through the tears, "He just twitched." Later in the clip, after a few unsuccessful attempts to get him to breathe on his own, Jade said, 1, 2, 3, and a big breath. The machine again turned brown as the sister added, "I'm telling you, Lou, you're amazing, you're amazing." He's reportedly getting stronger every day following the miracle that has left his family more hopeful than ever. Along with the video, his sister wrote he was officially certified as dead. And the death was even reported to the coroner. We were waiting for a brown line to show for many days to show he had taken a breath for himself, but we had nothing. Midnight, when I said 1, 2, 3, breathe, Lewis, a brown line showed on this machine. I don't know anything about them. The middle line of the video shows the brown line, which is Lewis taking a breath for himself. We were told, no, it must be an error. Wow. That's unbelievable. They've got like a donation thing going. Raised £1,800. I mean, you couldn't make it up, could you? You see, that's the sort of thing that stops people donating organs to charity after they supposedly have died. They thought they were ready to take the organs out. Hours later, and he started breathing. It's frightening, isn't it? You find that frightening? Text messages. Right, okay. Oh, let's have a look. Clarissa says, not unless you can survive the embalming process. Or that's where they empty all your fluids, isn't it? All your fluids go out in pipes. What do they do with that? Just pour it down the drain? Surely it could be used for something. Dump it on your vegetable patch or something like that. Hello to Leslie Ross. Good evening, Leslie. Completely forgot about the weight tonight. I blame Gary. It's him. It's him, Leslie. It's him, darling. I will get back to you with my weight. Take your time, Leslie. No rush, darling. Adrian's got instructions. I must get checked by 3 independent... hang on a minute. Where are we going? Adrian's gone back to the trainers story there. He says they're very comfortable, his D&G trainers. They're now 6 years old and they still look like brand new. The soles have not fallen off. Perfect condition. Tell me how many other trainers last 6 years. None, as far as I know. He says they're like walking on cushions. A lot of money, though. I have instructions I must get checked by 3 independent doctors to see if I'm actually dead or not in my will and hospital's documents. I agree. I mean, I hope to just pass away somewhere and not be found for weeks. Well, probably up and over the forest. I shouldn't say things like that. That's tempting fate, isn't it, saying stuff like that, really, when you think about it. Rachel said, that's terrible. I'm on the organ donation register. Good luck with that one, my darling. Good luck, Rachel. Good luck with that, Rachel. Oh, dear. Now, you need to start eating snails. Anyone eat snails? Would you eat snails? Not my cup of tea. Oysters, snails, anything like that. Oh. You've got that little shell there and you're picking this thing out with... Oh, no. Like shrimps tearing off the head and the legs before you shove them in your fat mouths. Awful. Just awful. But maybe you should. Story in the Daily Mirror. A penniless woman's life may be turned around after she found an orange Milo pearl in her meal, which would be worth tens of thousands of pounds. This is an orange pearl. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that pretty? Like that hanging around your neck, eh? This lady bought the sea snails for £1.65 from a local market for dinner in Thailand when she made the shocking discovery. She was cutting the snails into smaller pieces when she found a round orange object inside one of the shells, which she initially thought was a rock. But she was gobsmacked when she learnt it was in fact a 6-gram Milo orange pearl, 1.5 centimetres in diameter, and depending on its quality, it could be worth a small fortune. I don't think I've ever seen an orange pearl, have you? Only white ones. I don't think I've only seen any other colour pearls. Her and her family kept the find a secret for fear that the market seller who sold her the snails would ask for the pearl back. Well, why should he have the pearl back? Why? He sold you the thing. He sold it. He sold it to you. You bought it. End of. No. She found the pearl on January the 30th, and now 3 months on, she's gone public as she plans to sell it to raise funds to pay for her mum's medical expenses. You see, you don't realise how lucky you are here in the UK with your various medical bits and pieces, including myself. You know, to buy my pills a month, I think costs something like £1,000. Anywhere between five. Oh, well, it might be different because they've changed them now, because they're out of date now. You know, when pills first come along, they are very, very expensive. And I think they've got something like 10 or 20 years. After that, other people can take the tablet apart and make cheap versions of it. Just exactly the same. So mine might be cheaper now. But, you know, you don't realise how lucky you are in this country with the NHS. Really. Some countries, you get ill, you die. That's it. You die, or you pay whoever it is vast sums of money to try and get you right again. Here in the UK, we just take ourselves off to the doctor. Car runs you over, little ambulance and a crew come and pick you up, take you to the hospital, no charge. Of course it is charged, it's in your taxes. We are so lucky in this country to have the NHS and the people that work within it. Nurses and doctors working their arses off. Not that well paid either, the nurses, as you well know. This lady showed the pearl to her mother and she said it's a Milo pearl, very valuable. We also watched news in the television where a fisherman sold his for a fortune. Her dad said they desperately need the cash as he's had an accident and his wife needs treatment for cancer, so they could face a medical bill in Thailand of more than £23,500. See what I mean? If you get cancer in this country, which I hope none of you do, maybe one or two of you have had it. Maybe one or two of you are sitting there quietly with it and not told anyone. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. Really sorry that you have to go through such a thing. But if they get it early enough, you're generally in the hospital fairly quickly. I think the COVID thing has changed that a little bit, but generally you're in the hospital very quickly. You have the treatment. Hopefully it works. Sometimes it doesn't. You know that. Hopefully it works. Perhaps you're fixed. You come out of the hospital. Perhaps you keep going back there all the time. Every couple of weeks to have something else done. What did you have to take out of your pocket to have all that treatment? Nothing. How lucky are we to have that? £23,500 he's got to find for his wife's cancer treatment. Now, actually, that figure doesn't seem too bad to me. It's America, where they have these enormous costs. Never, please, if you ever watch any of these programs, you think I talk a load of crack all the time, which I probably do. Just do me a favour. Never, ever go to America without medical insurance. Don't do it. Because if you need something even small done, and it's not small if you have like a broken arm, but in comparison to perhaps cancer or open heart surgery, I suppose it is a small thing to have a broken arm. You know, even just a clean break, which can be fixed fairly easily. You go to the States and have that done. Well, say goodbye to 10 or 20 grand. That's what it costs. And if you haven't got the money, well, never ever. If you've been watching this program for years and you never take anything away from it, just this one thing: never ever go to America without comprehensive medical insurance. Don't buy the cheapest one. Look through it all and make sure you're covered, and make sure you tell them of anything you've already got, because these bloody insurance companies will wriggle and wriggle and wriggle. Oh, hang on a minute. You had a sore throat last year. Well, you haven't said that on the form. Oh, so we're not covering you. You must tell them everything. Every little thing that... If in doubt, write it down. If in doubt, write it down. Tell them everything. And a lot of us can all access our medical records now, which is something that I wish I hadn't done. Because you will find out stuff on your medical record that you never knew you had. But it's there. You just look at it and then pass on the information to the insurance company before you buy it. I won't put that down, because they'll find that. They're looking for ways. No, it's ridiculous, really. You go and pay a small fortune for a medical insurance to go to America or somewhere like that. Something happens, and then the very people that you pay the money to look for ways to wriggle out of not paying. It's disgusting. Why is it allowed, all this stuff, shocking. Anyway, back to this then. She says, I've seen stories of other people who have found Milo pearls and they were able to sell them. Do you want to have another look at this lovely pearl? Look at it. It's beautiful, isn't it, eh? There it is. Look at that. I hope we can do the same and sell our pearl for the money. Don't say the possibility of how much it's worth there, really. I have no idea how something that would worth. But there you go. She found it in a snail. So we've all got to start eating snails now, my loves. Hold it. You're picking it out with... Oh, God. Isn't it awful? It really is awful, I tell you. Oh, dear. Adrian's going to hospital next week. He's having something done to his hand. 2 people prodding him. I must say they're very good, but I'm not paying for the minute. We are so lucky in this country. We really are. Clarissa, when she booked her holiday to America, I asked straight away about medical insurance. It's so important. So important, especially America. If it's the worst country, the money that's made out of sickness in America is shocking. Their facilities are second to none. As you see, this is where my my sort of slightly to the left bit comes in. I don't think anyone should be able to make money out of people's illness. I really don't. Now, that being said, drug companies and people like that need money coming in to develop drugs. They've got to pay people to design the latest anti-malaria tablet or a new way of checking your insides without having to put a pipe down your throat. They need money. They've got to make a profit to do these things. But then when you see these American companies and the profits they make compared to the outgoings that they have, I don't think people should be able to make money out of people's sickness and unhappiness. It's disgusting. Vera Taylor, my mother, when she was alive, went to Australia without travel insurance. She was stubborn. She was staying with my sister for 3 months. Then she had a stroke. It cost her over £8,000. Or, that's a lot of money, Vera. But let me tell you, had that been America, I reckon that would have been £800,000 or more. That's a lot of money. See, there's your proof of needing medical insurance. But don't take the bloody risk. People take the risk. Oh, I'm only going for a week. Adrian had just found the article. That orange pearl is worth possibly £250,000. Gosh, that's all right. Rachel says, I thought only oysters had pearls. Me too. No way would I even try a snail or oysters come to that. It must be like swallowing snot, mustn't it? Oysters. Just a reminder, gang, if you're watching in a chat box of any sort, you're trying to chat to me through some sort of message system, it won't work. I'm not in any chat boxes. You need to send me a text there, 07451 287 337. Or you can call in if you want to. Phone line open now. A bit late, but never mind. Better late than never. 020 8144 3477. 020 8144 3477 if you want to call in. Okay, my darlings. Right. Now, one of the other things you need to do, apart from eating snails, is drink more booze. Why do you need to drink more booze? It might protect your eyesight. They come up with this stuff, don't they? The Sun. Boozing can slash the risk of developing cataracts by up to a quarter. Anyone had cataracts? Actually, one of the blokes who owns Central Station, he's just had his done. Very quick operation. Doesn't take long at all. If you ever have to have it done, you probably know roughly what's going to go on. Don't read the leaflets. You just worry yourself senseless. Don't read the leaflets. You don't want to know. Just go in the hospital and let them do what they got to do. You come out of there. I don't think it's instant. I think it takes a few days for your eyes to recover. Crystal clear vision after that. Just imagine how good looking I would be after having your cataracts done. Huh? Well, if you drink, you can slash the risk of developing them by up to a quarter. Perhaps I need to start drinking again. I don't know. I've got a bottle of Prosecco in the fridge. It's been there for years. It sits there. I might drink that again. Does that last for ages, Prosecco? Yeah, Adrian, you'd know that. You was in the pub world. How long's Prosecco last? It's been in the fridge. Does that make any difference? Is it like yoghurt? Does it go off after a while? Around a third of British people aged 65 and over are affected by the eye condition, with the NHS performing 450,000 removal operations each year in England alone. See? And again, free of charge. Let's just see cataract operation cost USA. Let's have a look at this. Cataract surgery. What's the best price in 2021? That's anywhere between £3,000 and £5,000 per eye. That's quite a lot, isn't it, eh? Wow. University College London experts analysed the health records of 500,000 people and found low to moderate alcohol consumption was linked to a lower risk of needing cataract surgery. We need to start drinking again. That's all there is to it, isn't it? Scientist says wine drink. Do you like wine? I'm not one for wine. Tastes like vinegar to me. Scientists said wine drinkers had the greatest protection with 5 to 6 glasses a week, cutting the chance of getting these cataracts. A small amount of beer or spirits several times a week reduced the likelihood by 14%. What about you? Do we all need to drink now? So there you go. You need to start drinking, gang. You need to start drinking, and then you won't get cataracts. Do you drink much, Daniel Woodhouse in Romford?
Yeah.
How much do you drink?
I have a beer every now and again.
Do you? What one do you have?
I have the old speckled hen, proper pale.
Oh, yes. You mentioned that the other day. I hope you don't drop your cans all over parks.
I don't. It's not in cans.
Oh, isn't it?
It's bottled beer, or if you venture in a place, bottle of gear.
Is it proper bottles, not plastic ones, eh?
Oh no, proper glass.
Right. Just one a night you have of that. Do you like the taste?
Yeah, something like that. That's about all I can.
And you like the taste, do you?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can put up with that one. It's proper. It's not lager. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know if Camera have approved it.
Who?
Camera, the campaign for real ale. Camera.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know if they've approved it, but it's certainly better than lager. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. See, I don't like the taste of any of it, really.
No, I was put off of it a lot in my early days.
The only thing I really like the taste of is a glass of, like, fairly expensive champagne, like 30 quid a glass for an afternoon tea or something like that. I can't remember what it's called now. Again, Adrian will probably know the answer to this, but I think it's in a pink bottle, I think. I can't remember the name of the champagne that we have when we're in afternoon tea, but we always go for the more expensive one because we're out anyway, and it's like a treat, I haven't been for over a year for an afternoon tea. Over a year, dear.
Yeah.
God.
I've seen the cost of some of them afternoon tea. What, £20 a head, or maybe more.
That's a cheap one. £20.
Yeah.
Where's that? Bleeding Greg's.
I saw that. I think it might have been some place in Stratford once.
£20? That's not that won't be an afternoon tea. That's probably a serve yourself. I bet you have to take the bread out of the bleeding packet and make the sandwiches yourself. That's not an afternoon. You know what you pay for an afternoon tea? Minimum of about 80 quid each. Plus.
£80.
Absolutely,
so bread, cake. And,
Now you see, you're missing the point, Daniel. You're missing the point.
What is it? Go on.
The point is, you are sitting in a posh hotel. You've got 2 or 3 waiters looking after you, bending over backwards to see to your every need. It's the whole. It's not just the sandwiches you're paying for. I can understand that you can't see any further. My sister is the same as you. My sister's the same. She can't believe it either. She just wouldn't pay that to go for an afternoon tea. But you can't see the whole event there. The best one, I've told you before, is Claridge's. Now, that's not £80. That's more like 120 quid. It's something like that. It's really expensive. But your experience starts outside the front door. And you stop. Good evening, gentlemen. Let me get the door for you. And he opens the door. Where are you going, sir? Oh, we're going afternoon tea. If you'd just like to go up to the lady there, the maitre d' there, she'll help you out. It's the whole thing. It's not just sandwiches. If you're happy to go and get yourself a loaf of bread, make yourself some sandwiches, put them in a little Tupperware box, have a can of lager next to you in front of the telly, then that's up to you. That's the difference.
Yeah, probably more of that. I mean, I suppose with a friend or relation, it's all right.
I've done it on my own.
I don't do it on my own.
Oh, I've done it on my own.
You have had it on your own?
Yeah, it wasn't by choice, to be honest. You know, the usual thing happens to me. What usually happens? I had arranged to take someone with me. It wasn't my mate, actually. It was someone else, and they cancelled at the last minute. Rude. So I thought, well, I'm not wasting this, and I turned up on my own. And this was at a really posh one, the Mandarin Oriental. It would be the third time that I've been there. And I walked in. I said, "Is there another guest with you, sir?" I said, "I'm afraid he hasn't been able to make it." "Oh, okay. Well, no problem at all. If you'd like to come this way." So I had my thing, and as I sat there, and and I'd finished. I'd been there about an hour and a half, just sitting there on my own. It was very busy actually, watching the world go by. And I said, "Can I have the bill, please?" I said, "I do understand that you expected 2 people, so I expect to pay for the other person." He said, "No, that's not a problem at all, sir. You won't be charged for the other person." Okay. And the bill comes, and you just pay the money, and that's it. Wonderful. It's not. It's obviously not your thing. That's fine. It's not your thing.
So yeah, it's not.
I understand that.
Didn't my mum have? My mum might have had it once, I think. But anyway, what I was because today it's. I mean, we're not entirely sure the actual date, but it's most likely today is actually my 1 year's anniversary of United Kingdom Talk.
Oh, is it?
So,
and do you feel that it's vastly improved your life and happiness?
Yeah, I think that. How could it not, really? You know, how could it not? I mean, I don't know anything else that
I entirely agree with you, Dan. I entirely agree with you, yes.
I mean, you know, I've just considered myself as an ordinary human being needing salvation and finding that United Kingdom Talk is the very thing for it.
In preference to Jesus? Surely not if you need salvation.
Well, Jesus has done it in many times as well, but I can't actually, with you, at least I can see you, it's happening, I know it's happening.
Well, it's happening with Jesus as well. He's very busy. He hasn't got time to come round to you.
Well,
he won't be available at the moment. He's watching last night's Holby on catch-up.
Oh, please, I wish you could just tell me I'm coming. I was getting a bit worried, actually, tonight, though, really. I wasn't going to actually make this call.
Oh, why is that, then?
But then, because I said, I was so bored, and then Rachel said to me, "Oh, Daniel, you won't get bored if you phone in." And then, but I thought, I don't know, I wonder if some of our followers, I wonder if they're relying a bit too much on me,
What are they relying on you for?
Well, I don't know. I just get this feeling that I often get them all saying, "Well, Dan, you got to phone in,
Well, they obviously like your calls.
Yeah.
Obviously not in preference to my talking, but they quite like your calls.
No, I'm perfectly happy to be your I don't know what's the word, bounce off man or
bounce off man, dear. Bounce off man. Is that
meant
like
verbally? Yeah, not.
Well, I was going to say, dear, I've seen your photos. I'm sorry. No chance for you getting with me, my love.
No.
You don't look anything like Mark Bowles. Perhaps you could have yourself done to look like Mark, laying there all moody with a pair of trousers that fit him.
Moody and flaketh out on the sofa.
What do you think?
Would my bit of frontal flab be a bit, because I've got a bit of the old...
please.
I mean, I know it's weighing day.
I can't get that picture out of my head of you standing in front of that wardrobe mirror or whatever it was with those far too small trousers on. What possessed you to do a video looking like that?
Oh, I don't know. Just felt a bit like mucking about.
If you're going to be in front of a camera, you've got to look... You don't think I look like this all the time, do you? I'm a right tramp, I am. I'm a tramp, believe me. Tramp. The way I go over in that forest, people avoid talking to me over there, Who's that dirty old bloke he's probably looking for something to eat. They think I'm looking for something to eat when I'm picking up all this rubbish off the floor. Half a can of Coke or something like that.
Yeah, I've just seen that photo of Mark Bowlesy. Has he got a stud up in
Who cares, darling? He's gorgeous. Who cares? Hopefully he's got some sort of prison record as well. I do hope so. We like a bad boy.
I knew someone who had who had a criminal record once. When I used to live in the home years ago, I remember there was one bloke there who was, one bloke who, let's say, shall be nameless, and often was. He was very posh, but he'd come from Bournemouth. He used to try and be a bit. He sounded a bit like he was too up himself and all that, and he kept, being like that, a bit too pompous, And then one day we was all in this meeting, tenants meeting or whatever, and then it got to the end, and the woman said, "All right, it's free for all time now." And then everyone was just chatting. Then all of a sudden, he just let slip suddenly. "Oh well, yeah, I've got a criminal record and all." And I thought, "What? You? You?" Yeah, and then he said, "Oh, speeding." I thought, "Oh, is that all?"
A criminal? Well, you don't get a criminal record for speeding, I don't think.
Well, that's what he claimed.
I'm sure you don't.
But I just
you
thought,
get points and a fine.
To bring yourself down.
You get points and a fine, and then instead of getting the points, you can go on one of the most boring things ever devised in the history of humankind, known as a speed awareness course. Oh God, they're boring.
I expect they are.
They really are.
Do you get one of them as well if you do the dirty stuff at the level crossing and all?
What dirty stuff?
Well, like just trying to go through it at the last minute when the barriers are coming down.
I wondered what you were talking about then. Are people doing it at level crossings?
I've seen it.
What do they do? What do they do?
I've
Push
seen
themselves?
a lot of them, Chris.
What do they do? Push themselves up against one of the leafing things and wait for them to go up or something?
No, not quite like that, but nothing for a thrill. But it's like, they just try getting. They crash the barriers. I've seen cyclists actually are the ones. I saw there's a level, Poole. That place called Poole in
Dorset.
That place called
Warning! Coronavirus alert! Coronavirus alert! Warning! Coronavirus alert! Oh dear, Daniel.
Thanks for that. I've had me Lucasade. Oh God, no, it's coming back now.
Eh?
Jesus, it's all that line. It's the line down on here, I think.
Carry on.
But yeah, there's a level crossing in Poole in Dorset where there's no road, but it's just a public pedestrian-only crossing.
Yeah.
And they set the camera there, so we called these cyclists going from. There was one cyclist. He was just right on the cusp of the barrier coming down on the other side. He got to it, and the barrier. He'd cycled through, and the barrier was level with his throat. And as he passed through, the barrier actually hit him in the throat and actually threw him off his bike. And I was like,
how awful. Well, you're coughing a little bit too much for my liking, so I'm going to have to let you go.
Oh, right, yes. But that's the dangers, be aware.
Yeah.
Always careful
Very
on the level
dangerous.
crossing.
Very foolish to go through closed level crossing. Those trains are so quick.
Oh, yes.
Be careful. Thank you, Daniel.
All right, Chris.
Bye.
Say bye. Right.
Oh. Getting scared then, dear. Did you hear him? Coughing away down that phone. Comes through here, the speakers, dear. Virus is spreading everywhere in this blooming room now. Awful. Clarissa, no need to tell me twice to drink booze. I know that, Clarissa. She likes to drink, didn't you, darling? Vera Taylor, so we save our eyes and damage our liver. You don't want corona. What's that thing? The things in your eyes. Cornea. Oh, what are they called now? Can't remember what it's called now. You know, that thing where your eyes go all blurry. That thing. Adrian, if anyone lets you down for afternoon tea, I'll come and scoff my face with you. How do I chargeable heart? I don't. What's that mean? How do I chargeable heart? Please check your messages before you push that send button, because I can't work out what. You're not the only one, Adrian. Other people do it. Check your messages before you send them through. All right, my darlings. There we go. What else do we have on the show here today? Flying the flag. Now, I'm very pleased about this. I'm actually very, very pleased about this. The story was out about a week ago, but all UK government buildings in England, Wales and Scotland will fly the Union flag every day, following new guidance from the Culture Department. And about blooming well time at all. Back time as well. They do it in America. Why can't we do it here? Oh, not but that's a racist thing. No, it's not. It's the Union flag. It's our flag of this country. I get sick to death of people. Oh, we shouldn't be flying it. Might offend someone. Who? You know, the only people it seems to offend are people in this country. Well, if you don't like it, go somewhere else then. That's what I say. Outrageous. Thank you, Fran. Cataracts. That's what we were talking about. Cataracts there. Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden described the flag as a proud reminder of our history and the ties behind us. There's people trying to dig things up. Yes, bad things happened. Same as every other country. No difference. Government buildings in Northern Ireland are covered by a separate law, but Gary Ross would know about that. The announcement comes after BBC breakfast host Charlie State. Oh, there he is again, that name. The most miserable, bland, boring presenter in the history of television has got to be Charlie State. And actually, any of the presenters on BBC Breakfast. There's a bloke on there called Dan. He ain't too bad, but even in this morning, I put him on this morning. I thought, you're boring me, mate. It's bland and boring, BBC Breakfast now. Susanna Reid's been given the main job now, hasn't she? Well, that was a bit of an odd story, actually. I don't know if I've got it here in front of me. Yes, here we are. Susanna Reid lands the new role as star of Good Morning Britain in a battle to replace Piers Morgan. Well, she was already on there before Piers. So, do you know, how is that even a story? ITV chiefs are so desperate to ensure she doesn't quit. Well, she wants her to take control of the breakfast programme. Well, didn't she have control before they brought Piers in? It was her and wasn't it that Welsh bloke with her? He didn't last very long, did he? GMB executives are also keen to promote their popular competitions. Andy Peters, now there's someone who brings a bit of sparkle into that programme, isn't it? Andy Peters, up, happy, bouncing around. That's what I want to see in the morning. I mean, unfortunately, he only does the competitions on there, but I think he could do so much more for that programme and bring a bit of excitement and happiness into our lives, rather than just sitting there doing boring news stories. They've reassured staff it's business as usual until September, with Susanna very much at the helm. So they've kind of upgraded her, but I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a bit of a non-story, really, that one. Don't you? Anyway, back to this story. So they're going to be flying the flags all over the government buildings. I think that's excellent news. I really do, don't you? That's Adrian meant the word charitable. I'll come to afternoon tea, scoff my face. How do I charitable heart? With you, how do I charitable heart? Thank you, Adrian. Fran says, drink more for avoiding cataracts. Just risk glaucoma. Here we go. Mike in Brighton found the champagne. Armand de Brignac Rosé Envy. Only £22,000, £995. That's not the one. I know it's a rosé. Now that you've said rosé, I know. Do you want me to see if I can find it? I know. Mandarin Oriental afternoon tea. It's usually the same one we have wherever we go. The Rosebery Tea Rooms. See if I can find the menu. It's so nice. Breakfast. Oh, they do breakfasts there. Oh, the afternoon teas isn't on at the moment. I don't think it's on at the moment. Oh, yes, it is. 1 minute. Yeah, you've got to phone it. No, it's not. It's not on at the moment. Fine champagne rosé. Let's try. There it goes. Lauren Perrier. Lauren Perrier. There's a rosé champagne. I don't think it's the one that's £64, is it? Hang on a minute. Oh, that's the whole bottle. It could be that one. I doubt it's that one. Not in one of those hotels. It's going to be more expensive than that, I would imagine. But so nice. I do like that one. Anyone who wants to buy me a little bottle of that would be quite nice. I'll have one of those, actually, Mike. The one that's £22,995 a bottle of champagne. Why would you pay that for a drink? There's a new coronavirus nasal spray. Here it is. That's the thing. I've ordered one. 15 quid. Now, the only people selling that at the moment are Lloyd's Pharmacy. And the idea is it doesn't replace vaccines or anything like that. It's like another thing that you can do. Do you know what I mean? So, of course, at the beginning of the coronavirus, all we had was hand washing, wasn't it? Keep washing your hands. That's all they said. Keep washing your hands. So we did. Then along came the masks and the social distancing, the vaccines. And we keep trying to put another barrier in between this thing and us, don't we, to keep us safe. So this is just one more thing, okay? It might be something you might want to think about. I ordered one yesterday, 15 quid. And the idea is you spray it up your nose. Now, there's a little story from the Herald Scotland here. It says, a nasal spray that claims to inactivate coronavirus within a minute is to be made available in the UK. The manufacturers of the product say it's effective against multiple strains of COVID, as well as a broad spectrum of other viruses, including the flu. The product Viralise was developed by Australian biopharmaceutical company Star Pharma and is registered for sale in the UK from April the 21st. So we've just got this in pharmacies. You'll be able to sell this in pharmacies, but you can get it online now from Lloyd's Pharmacy. The firm says tests involving 1,000 samples found it could irreversibly and rapidly inactivate 99.9% of COVID-19 within 1 minute. However, experts have urged caution, saying a 99%, that's I don't know what this means, a 3-log reduction is not enough to completely prevent infection, saying 6 to 8 is required. But nevertheless, it's another thing that you can do for yourselves, isn't it, if you want to. And I think you just so for example, if it turns out all right and I'm able to do karaoke again at Central Station at the end of May, and there's no guarantee of that at all. Lots of things have to carry on working quite well. For example, the numbers of people becoming infected. I mean, judging from these dickheads on beaches and parks, you know, and it's just beyond me, these people. So things have to carry on. But if it works and we open, I will certainly go in, and before I start work, I'll spray a little bit up my nose. It'll tell you on the instructions what to do. As soon as it arrives here, I'll show it to you and we'll have a look at that, okay? All right. Do you collect anything? Now, I know we've done this before, the whole collection thing. I've told you about my stamps. Mark Bowles, I think, collects coins. That sort of thing. I asked this today because there's a lady here in the metro that collects My Little Pony. Oh, My Little Pony. Do you remember seeing that as kids? Used to get that in your pillowcase at Christmas, didn't you? Clarissa, did you have My Little Pony? I just imagine you'd have something like My Little Pony. There is a picture of a My Little Pony here, incidentally, gang. There is a My Little Pony. And that one's for sale. You can get that on Etsy, ETSY, and that's for sale for £16.63. There's only one left. It's the last one. Look. Anyone collects My Little Ponies? Well, the story, this lady who's 37 years old, got her first My Little Pony toy when she was just 3 years old, bless her. The gift sparked a lifetime obsession. Today, she has around 4,500 plastic horses that she reckons she spent £22,000 on. Wow. That's her thing, you see. That's her thing. My thing is this. It's doing this. This is my thing. She says it's a lot to spend on an obsession, but it could pay off. Stephanie's collection is now worth an estimated £58,000. A friend of mine, he died last year. Very good friend of Ray Reynolds, actually. Norman Scott. He was big time gay DJ, way before me. He lost his battle for life last year, unfortunately. He collected Disney characters, Disney figures. Lots of his house was full of. I never went there, but I saw pictures. Hundreds of little Disney things everywhere he had. Were worth probably a lot of money, but you don't really want to break up a collection like that. And I always think it's quite sad when someone has spent their entire lives collecting things, whatever it is, stamps, trains, Disney, My Little Pony. The person dies and this stuff is like split up or kind of lost. It's a great pity, really. She says she's no plans to sell her stash yet. Well, why should she? She loves all the little being surrounded by these things. Stephanie absolutely loves scouring toy shops, eBay, second-hand shops and garage sales to find more horses to add to her collection, many of which are still in their 1980s boxes. And that makes a difference as well to this stuff when you collect it. If it's in the original box, maybe it's still got the cellophane over it. And there's your proof that when you drop these bits of blooming plastic from sweets on the floor, they don't disappear. Not for years. Decades. Decades of years this bits of plastic are on the floor for. As I have the proof of finding over the forest and everywhere else. If you've got this box of like a model car and it's in the box and it's still got the cellophane around it, worth a lot of money in opposition to if you just had the car on its own. You buy these things and you just keep them exactly as you bought them. Her favourite horses are Diamond Dreams and Peppermint Crunch, both from her childhood. I don't know what that is. Is this a name of one of these ponies? Is it? And her most valuable is her Greek mint on card pony, valued at around £330. Stephanie's oldest pony is one from Generation Zero, where the franchise was known as My Pretty Pony. That was made in 1981 with hard brown plastic. Now her collection is so big, she has an entire 26-foot by 13-foot room in her house dedicated to it, calling it, of course, the Pony Room, filled with 13 packed bookcases of her goodies, both horses and other themed memorabilia. Wow. Do you collect anything like that? Good evening to Paul in Amsterdam. Hello, Paul. Who says, warm here, so laying naked on top of the quilt. If only you could see. No thanks. No thanks. It's lovely here tonight. It's really quite warm. I don't know what the temperature is at the moment, actually. I just popped out just before the show tonight at about 7:45. I always just often go outside the front door and just see what's going on. I think it's called nosiness, really. Just stand out there and have a look around. And it was quite warm. Fran bought her daughter a My Little Pony walker. Did ya? These little walker things. Vera Taylor has a large vinyl collection. She collects records. Nothing wrong with that, Vera. I used to have one. Massive it was. I chucked them all away. They were just too much. They were all in a shed. And I wanted to get rid of the shed. Right? Because it was a big shed and it was starting to leak, and I didn't want it anymore. I wanted more garden, and I thought, what am I going to do with these records? And I thought, do you know what? They never come out of here. Just MP3 the ones you want and chuck the rest away, and I did. One day I picked them all, and the CDs, picked them all up and took them down the dump. Do I miss them? Not really. I've got a few records. couple here, I think. What's this one here? There's an album here. What's this one? Look, young people, look at this. This is how we used to listen to music. And it works very well. Oh, that's, this is Val Doonican, this one. Val Doonican. Everybody's talking at me. The album is called Some of My Best Friends. This is a very clean album. Look at this. No scratches on there. Very clean. And I have a Technics turntable that's in a cupboard. You know, if I ever want it, that's never going to come out, is it? Really? I kept a few vinyl records just for old time's sake, really, Vera. Adrian collects postcards since it was 7. Thousands. Well, I collect postcards since I was 7. Of them. I collect postcards since I was 7,000 of them. I reckon that says, well, I collect postcards since I was 7. Thousands of them, gold things. And I like collecting watches. I've got 22 different types of watches and trainers. And I also love collecting complaining responses letters. And I've raised a complaint. Here's a watch here that my mum and dad made me for one of my birthdays. And it's engraved on the back. And I must have it fixed. It's one of them ones, you know, you do that and it winds itself up, except it doesn't anymore, you know. It says, to Christopher, love mum and dad. It's a Seiko one. I should have that fixed, shouldn't I? It's worth having these things fixed. And I think this is one of my dad's watches, this one. I think that was one of my dad's watches, which I keep here. I believe that's... Is that a wind-up or a battery? I think there's a battery one. Probably needs a battery in that. I expect one day I'll take them both in and have them repaired, you know. Clarissa, I was into Transformers. Transformers, robots in disguise. Love it. And fighting fantasy books. Tut, My Little Pony. Andy collects pop vinyl toys. Some rare ones go for hundreds of pounds. For example, the first Wizard of Oz pop vinyls are super rare and go for 70 to 180 pounds. Eh? The Wizard of Oz. We're up to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. I have, in my huge record collection, a record called Themes from Wizard of Oz. I tell you what, Andy, if you're listening to the radio show tomorrow morning, ask for it and I'll play it. It's by Miko. Miko, Themes from Wizard of Oz. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. reachonair.com, all right? Ah, look who it is. Adam the Plumber. 11 minutes to 10. Are you for real? What sort of time do you call this, dear? Adam says, evening, Chris. Sorry I haven't joined you for tonight's show. I only just got home from working all night. I am weighing 19 stone 6 pounds for Adam the Plumber. Okay. And last week you were 19 stone 9.5 pounds. Excellent, Adam. 19.6 today. He's down. And Royston is 15 stone and 8 pounds. So he's also down as well. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15 stone, 8 pounds. Thank you, Royston. Excellent. It's all going down there. Those weights are going down. Anyone else want to call in for the last few minutes? 020 8144 3477. If you want to call in. What else have I got to show you? Oh, AO.com. I've got to tell you this now. AO.com. You may remember I bought a Wi-Fi oven 2 weeks ago and it wasn't working properly. The clock kept resetting to the flashing. Once it starts flashing, you think you've had a power cut, except you haven't, because you've been sitting there watching the telly. You go back in the kitchen, this blooming thing's flashing, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. If you're out somewhere and you've got this Wi-Fi oven, and the reason you've bought the Wi-Fi oven is because you want to turn it on from coming home. If you see what I mean, if you're coming home from somewhere, the idea is you can turn it on before you get home. You get home and your dinner's done. Fantastic. Except it wasn't doing that. The clock, it would reset itself and you get back home, and it wasn't working. It had gone off again, so you have to reset the clock and start all over again, and your dinner's not ready. So I rung up AO.com. Very, very good service. You couldn't ring them up. You have to send them a message. One of the things you have to do before you do it is go through this list of forms, okay? And it asks you why you want to send it back. And nowhere does it say it's gone wrong. It doesn't say that, right? So I had to changed my mind. And then you put your phone number on there, and about 2.5, 3 hours later, this lady rings up from AO.com. Heard you had problems with the oven. Have you tried ringing Candy, Hoover Candy, they're the same company, to sort this out? I said, no, because it's too new, really. I don't want to agree to a repair as it's so new. Therefore, I'd like you to just replace the oven, please, with another one. I don't want a refund. Okay, I'll set up a three-way conversation. So she gets Hoover on the phone. So she's on the phone now, and Hoover, and me, which is great. Hello, understand you're having a problem. We can get an engineer out to you, said the lady from Hoover. I said, thanks very much for the offer. I really appreciate that. But I'd like you please to just replace the oven. It's not even a week old and it's already not working properly. Therefore, I don't really want to have a repair. I'd like a new oven. Okay, I'll go through to my manager. Came back to me minutes later. I said, okay, our manager says that's fine. Is the lady from AO there? And then she comes back on. They give her some, I think it's called an uplift number or an upload number or something like that. She gives her this long number. That's it. She goes, lady at AO.com. She says, okay, would you like the same one or would you like a different model? I said, well, so what other models have you got? So she goes through this list of models. She said, they are a lot dearer than the one you've got because I chose one reasonable, very reasonable price. It says 220 quid, but actually after the VAT and all that, worked out about £258 total cost for this oven. Hoover Wi-Fi oven. So I started looking around and the next cheapest one was something ridiculous. Bosch, 650 quid. Well, I ain't paying that for a metal box with an element in it. You know, which basically did the same thing. And I'm like, why are they so dear? Because they're Wi-Fi and they haven't put Wi-Fi on their ovens yet as standard. So you're paying extra. Hoover, the cheapest in the whole section, have already started putting them on as like a normal thing. You know, no extras. They just put it on as standard. And that's why. So eventually I looked at the Hoover ones and I thought, oh, what was bothering me was that I was going to get another oven, the same oven, and have the same problem. But actually I did do that eventually. And so far, so good. So far, so good. So fingers crossed this new oven's all right. And so that would have been on Friday. Sunday. The new oven arrived. They took the old one away. They didn't need the box or anything like that. Fantastic service. So I took it all apart. It was easy, much easier to install because I've already done it once now. See, getting the Wi-Fi working and all that business. And that's done. And so far, so good. So far, no problem. So fantastic. And I just wanted to mention that fantastic news and service from AO.com there. Right, we've got another phone call. George Bond is on the line. Good evening, George.
Hello, Chris.
All right.
Yeah, I fell asleep then.
Why is that then?
Because you was talking.
Well, what do you want me to do? Stop the story just because you're waiting on the end of the phone? Are you more important than my story? I don't think so.
Oh. I was ringing up today, Chris.
Yes. How's your nan, George? Is she all right?
Yeah, it's my pap I'm worried about.
Oh, is he not well?
No.
Oh.
As I was just saying, I ran back. I'm more or less done. I was more or less walking all day today.
Good. How many steps have you done today?
It's on Facebook. I put it on Facebook, but I can tell you.
Well, what is it? 3,000?
Can't find it. No, more than that. I done 7794.
Very, very good. What you're trying to get to is 10,000. And then once you get to 10,000, you've got to do that all the time. It's very good, George. Very impressed. Well done, sir. How's Lily?
I saw her today. She was on her bike.
You tell her I said hello.
Okay.
I will do, 'cause she's stopping over.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Are you not doing videos anymore, George?
Yes.
Oh, you
I
do?
videos.
Yeah.
I've got a new YouTube account
Oh, have you? Why is that then?
because my sister took my old one down.
Oh, okay. Is it secret?
No, I can say it on here, don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
So no. It's actually called half your viewers already found it anyway. It's called Bond Empire.
Bond Empire. It sounds like something out of Star Wars, George. Can you see yourself in Star Wars, perhaps as the new Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
Have you got one of those light up poles that you can attack people with?
Yes.
What are you doing now? I can hear clicking noises.
My nan come upstairs.
Oh. Do we have to pretend you're not there for a moment?
It's fine, she's in the loo.
Oh, is she? You better go, George. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Shh. Good old George. We love him, don't we, eh? Phone lines are now closed. I'm going to finish today. Once again, we didn't get through the whole list of things, did we? It doesn't matter, does it, if we don't get through our whole list of things on there. Any more texts, get them through there. 07451 287 337. I want to finish today with something that I'm going to try now that I saw on TikTok. And it's something about aluminium foil. That I didn't have a clue that you could do this. Now, I don't know how you are with this stuff. But often I have the box open and it doesn't quite work for me, and you end up doing wrong things. Now, I'm just about to open this here. So we open the box. Right. Where's that? There's the little bit that you cut it with. Do you remember that used to be metal, didn't it? Years ago, that used to be metal along there. The amount of people that must have cut their hands on that sort of stuff there. Anyway, so here's the thing. So you've now got the box open. Take out your... I love this stuff, aluminium foil. Don't you love aluminium foil? There's something about it. Got this little sticker thing here, so you take it off carefully. Try not to tear the thing. There we go. Is that off? Take it off the other way as well. There we go. That's off. Let's see if this works now. I saw this on TikTok. Okay. Now, probably like me, when you push this in like this, which way round does that go? Does it matter what way it goes to? No, it doesn't matter. You put that in like that, and you pull out a bit like that, and you pull it. Especially when it's getting like to the end, and the whole thing just jumps out of the box, doesn't it? And if you put it down like that, it doesn't come out properly, right? This is what I discovered on TikTok. I never knew this. Look at the side there. Can you see where it says press here? The idea is, I believe, you press that in there. Right, and there's one in the other side as well. I bet you never knew. I never knew this. TikTok video. Press the other side in there like that, and what's happened there is it's pushed in two little bits of cardboard either side, so that when you pull that up, the roll doesn't come out anymore. And in fact, did you know that? How many people knew that? How many people knew that? You can now pull this out and the roll doesn't jump out the box at you. There you go. Who knew that already? And of course then you tear it off at the bottom there. Look, lovely straight line. What tends to happen to me, before I discovered that, which was only a couple of days ago, I've got so fed up with trying to work the damn thing that I used to just take the whole roll out, pull it out like that and pull it down, and you never get a straight line. It's very important to have straight lines. Look at that. Not bent in any way, shape or form. The only bent thing here is me sitting in front of you lot tonight, isn't it? Good evening to Chris Cross. Hello, Chris Cross. Who says, I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I'm doing my best, Chris Cross. We did do a little article earlier about this new nasal spray you can buy. You'll have to watch back on the catch-up to see it, all right? Clarissa Gotter, Elliot, a lightsaber. Can you get me one as well? Because when I come, I want to fight him with it. Hey? George likes cling film. I don't know if the cling film boxes are the same there. And Rachel says, well, I never. You learn something new every day. I'm trying that with my foil. So remember that. Next time you buy some foil, look at the ends. Almost all of them have this. There's a little thing you push in there. And all it does is just basically pushes a little bit of cardboard onto the tube. Look. And the tube doesn't come out of the box anymore. I love it. I love it. Fran says she knew that. There you go. Fran knew it already. Mike in Brighton knew that. Oh, you're just a know-all, darling, aren't you, my love? You're just a know-all, darling. You know everything. I knew that. Oh, stop it, dear. Mike also says, going back to the nasal spray, I think the nasal spray is a good idea. It will offer even more peace of mind. Also, the scientists claim we might have more COVID type of viruses in the future. Prevention is better than cure. So the first sniff of a new pandemic, you're in a good place. I agree. You know, I showed you the thing earlier. Chris, if you're still with us, I can just show this to you. There it is. That's the stuff you want. Okay, that's the stuff you want, Chris, right? £15 at the moment, and you can only order it online from Lloyd's. I'm hoping to get mine tomorrow or Friday. Should come through it won't be on Friday, I don't think, because we've got Good Friday coming up. Talking of Good Friday, I'm not sure if there'll be a show on Friday night. It's because it's Good Friday. There's a service in the afternoon at 3 o'clock, which I'll be doing video, sending out that video from church. And it's a bit hard going, to be honest, that particular service. So we might not have a show Friday. Just keep an eye out. Have your subscription on. Are you on YouTube? Subscription on. And make sure you have the notifications set to on as well, so you get a little bleep. Or just pop on here at 8 o'clock and see if there's something going on, all right? George Bond said he knew that. And Tony King says, I can't believe you didn't know that. No, I didn't know. Never knew that. Never knew that. I learnt that on a TikTok video this week. It was a TikTok video. Very, very good. Very useful. That's it for the show today. Now, what are you doing later? Because you can listen to my very good friend, Alan Ross, on the radio. There he is. He's on midnight till 3 a.m. Alan Ross. I'll be back on there tomorrow morning as well. It says 9, but I'm on at 8, okay? It's my last 2-hour show. I booked some 2-hour shows just to see how it went. So I'll be on the morning, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, reachonair.com. And then I think I probably will go to Marks and Spencer's to get some hot cross buns in, because I don't go to Aldi until late, and they may well have run out by then. So I think I'll play safe and get some from Marks and Spencer's, or Waitrose actually, Waitrose as well. Waitrose do nice hot cross buns as well. Anyway, that's it for the show tonight. Thanks very much for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, reachonair.com. Thanks for watching and listening. See you soon. Good night now.